Nebraska's trusted news source. This is Channel 8 News at 6.
Coming up tonight, a serious study. What UNL is hoping to gain after getting money to look into the dangers of microplastics. Also tonight, Helping Hands, what the Clyde Malone Center is hoping to get out of the volunteers they're searching for with their Juneteenth celebrations on the way. And 375 miles, why a group of men are making the voyage across the length of Nebraska. You saw right there, on foot. And that's where we begin tonight. Right now, a group is journeying across Nebraska, and we're talking about 6 seminarians. One extreme challenge, walking 375 miles across the state, and they're attempting to get it done in less than a month. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Rod Fowler. Every one of these blue dots here at the bottom of your screen is a parish they're going to be stopping at on their expansive journey. It started way over there. And you bet they're going to make it to the western border there of Nebraska. Channel 8's Emma Norwood is out on a walk of her own, you could say, to let us know what strategies this group is taking to complete such a grueling feat. Emma?
I'm walking around the Channel 8 building to give you a better idea of what this group is doing. More on that in a minute, though. Before becoming priests, 6 students of the Catholic Church are joining Father Jim Morton on a selfless journey as a way of putting themselves to the test and connecting with people around the community. Day after day.
I've never walked this much in my entire life.
Mile after mile.
The hope is to inspire kind of a love for where they're from.
These seminarians are seeing Nebraska from a different perspective. The pilgrimage stretches almost 375 miles across Nebraska's diocese, starting at the oldest parish in Nebraska City and eventually ending at the westernmost parish in Benkelman.
The idea of walking or going on a journey like a pilgrimage it's sort of a way to remember that life, our spiritual life is we're not sort of static. We're moving towards a place or towards God.
The Catholic Diocese sharing these photos and videos as the group makes their way across the state, averaging 15 miles a day, connecting with 25 different communities.
This walk isn't about us. It's about others. It's about God. It's about, bringing people together in community.
Each one doing the best they can to prepare for the long walk, but the journey doesn't come without its challenges.
My feet were not prepared to put those miles on. I had the proper gear, but I just don't think my body was prepared, so I had a lot of blisters on my feet.
But the physical aspect is part of the mission's purpose.
The daily grind, like getting up every morning at 5:30 and getting yourself prepared to walk this far and just getting into the rhythm. That's been hard. But once we get going, it's like, okay, I'm glad I'm doing this.
To give you a better idea of how long the actual journey will take, the time it took me to take you throughout this whole mission is only 0.0026% of how long their walk takes. Reporting here in Lincoln, Emma Norwood, Channel 8 News.
Thank you, Emma. New at 6, a new project at UNL is aiming to answer a simple but urgent question. How much microplastics are people actually consuming? It's a question that has been on the minds of many since we've learned about the danger that can go with it. UNL trying to answer this question with a 3-year, nearly $1.5 million grant. The UNL study will focus on tracking the release of tiny plastic particles from everyday beverage containers. The professors right here and assistant professors you're seeing will lead the study. They say once they understand more about the release of the particles, they'll be able to translate that knowledge into practical safety guidance. Let's get to your first forecast. Here we are, Tuesday night. And we take a live look now from our network of cameras, keeping an eye over southeast Nebraska. Well, we had some rain overnight, some loud thunder, and some rain again today. A lot of drought-stricken areas getting some much-needed precip. Any more on the way, Rusty?
We may have to wait a little bit, but yes, there is some more rain on the horizon, and that's just how we like it. We can't have all the rain all at once. We need just step by step by step to get out of the drought in a good way. So we'll we'll take what we've been getting lately. This has been just about right. Severe thunderstorm watch for parts of northwest Nebraska. That goes through 9 p.m. tonight. Most of the storms still well off to the north, but they're starting to make their way into Cherry County and Sheridan County. Now, meanwhile, in southeast Nebraska, we did have a few thunderstorms just west of Highway 77. Those have since gone away. We've also had a couple of isolated storms near Ord and just northwest of Columbus. Those are also dwindling very quickly. So right now we've got a mixture of clouds and sun in Lincoln at 27th and Yankee Hill Road. The Honda of Lincoln Cam showing a little bit of blue sky peeking through, 81 degrees with a southeast wind at 10 miles per hour. Lots of 70s and 80s across the board. 81 in Lincoln, 79 in Grand Island, 77 Broken Bow, and 81 in Holdridge. Dew points a little high. We've got the 60s for just about all of us in the eastern half of the state. And the wind out of the southeast at 5, 10, maybe 15 or 16 miles per hour. As we head through tonight, lingering storms to the north and for the eastern half of the state should dissipate by just after midnight. And then we wait for the next round, which shows up right about there. And that's going to be making its way from west to east as we head through the overnight. That has a small chance to be severe as well. We'll talk about that in a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Rusty. Hey, 5 of the passengers exposed to hantavirus who have been quarantining in Omaha are returning home. UNMC officials telling us those 5 are now back in their home states. Their local health departments and their local police department are going to be coordinating with them so they can continue to be monitored. They have to stay at home for 21 days. 13 other former passengers deciding to stay in Omaha to complete their quarantine. And Governor Pillen praising those who are staying. As for those returning home, Pillen reassuring everyone they pose no risk to the public. He says, quote, those who have elected to go home are doing so with a lower risk profile and in close coordination with health authorities in their destination states. All right, stay with us. We have more headed your way after the break, including vying for volunteers. The Clyde Malone Community Center is searching for help, what they have planned for their big Juneteenth celebrations. And don't forget, Game 1 of the NBA Finals is tomorrow at 7:30 right here on ABC. You won't have to change the channel to catch the San Antonio Spurs take on the New York Knicks in this exciting conclusion of this NBA season. We'll have all the big stories after the big game. Stay with us. We'll be right back in 60 seconds. Searching for some volunteers tonight. They're hoping to get some helping hands for their Juneteenth celebrations. And those celebrations are coming up quickly on June 20th. And now, here's the post they pushed out today. They say they need help in setting up their activities, also welcoming guests and supporting event operations. We wanted to learn more on how they're doing on their search for volunteers and what exactly they have planned for their celebrations. So we sat down with their community relations specialist to find out. Here's what she said when we asked what role they're hoping the volunteers will play.
Promoting the Malone Center and our goal, our mission, we really want them to be able to connect with individuals in the community. We have a lot of vendors that are going to be coming in, food, health, fun. So we want to empower our community while embracing the African American heritage.
She adds that they aim to celebrate that heritage by recognizing freedom, culture, community, and unity. Right now, Nebraska State Patrol recruits are finishing up their training camp. Yeah, check out this video they posted from one of their training scenarios today. Recruits went through what they're calling a comprehensive pursuit and search scenario at the academy, tracking down a person acting as a driver who is attempting to get away. The recruits keeping a close distance while making sure safety and avoiding those cones. Well, crowds are gathering now for Jazz in June. It's being held at the Sheldon Sculpture Garden here at UNL. The performances are free every Tuesday in June. It's starting off with a bang, you could say. Grammy-winning trumpeter Terrell Stafford is set to perform at 7 o'clock tonight. It's really a stacked lineup all June long with plenty of critically acclaimed artists coming through. And now let's go to check of the weather with Rusty.
Showers and thunderstorms, pretty good possibilities. We head through the second half of the day tomorrow. We'll take a look at that forecast when we come back.
And tonight at 7 right here on Channel 8, it's Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals. It's the Las Vegas Golden Knights matching up with the Carolina Hurricanes. These teams battling out for that coveted trophy. The action will be here on ABC, followed by our newscast right after that. Stay with us. We'll be right back. New tonight, Governor Pillen is touting a new energy bill. It's designed to handle the massive electricity demands from future data centers and connect Nebraska to the future of AI. Here's a look at inside of the conference room today where lawmakers listen to the governor. He says the bill could attract AI and other manufacturing companies to the state. It would allow private companies with extremely large power needs to build what they call behind the meter, rather than forcing Nebraska's public power utilities and ratepayers to shoulder the upfront costs.
It's really important that we as a state play our role in making sure that we have a gigantic impact on artificial intelligence. The gigantic difference between data centers and data, business data versus computation for democracy, computation, so we win on artificial intelligence because our foreign adversaries are getting at it really aggressively.
He says more than anything, the bill will be transformative for Nebraska to grow in the future. Right now, the city of Blair is beginning a long-term effort. They're attempting to identify abandoned cemetery lots purchased prior to 1926 that do not have a clear title, transferring them to living descendants. They're doing this so they can reclaim some of them for resale. They say they are ensuring legal cemetery ownership is followed, while also making unused spaces available for future generations.
Now, your Storm Alert Team forecast with Chief Meteorologist Rusty Dawkins.
A lot of folks saw a quarter of an inch, half an inch, even an inch in some spots, like the airport in Lincoln had just over an inch, 1.01. And I live on southeast Lincoln, and I only got a quarter of an inch. But look at these numbers. Davenport, about 4 inches. Over 3 1/4 inches near Sutton. Milford had over 3 inches, 3.04 in Ceresco. Lushton had 2.5. Along with Stockham. So lots and lots of rainfall in many spots. And we're kind of done for tonight for central and eastern Nebraska. Still a spot shower a possibility, but most of the day and evening will kind of look like this, where it just looks like it wants to rain, but doesn't quite do it. Alacam at 21st and L Street. It's warm out there, a little on the muggy side too. 81 in Lincoln, 83 in Beatrice, 75 Hebron, 79 in Grand Island. A lot of upper 70s and lower 80s, 77s in York, Aurora, and Hastings. All at 77, 75 in Hebron, one of the cooler spots. But look at those dew points. A little on the high side. Not bad in Wahoo and dry in Omaha, 46, but 70 in York, 65 Hebron, 67 in Aurora. So there's some high dew points out there. And you probably, if you go outside, you're like, oh yeah, that's humidity around us now. Southeast wind 5, 10, 20 miles per hour. So most of us less than 10 miles per hour. The rain that was out there, it was really heavy right here earlier. That's gone. A couple of showers over here are dissipating, but these storms trying to back build a little bit, and that's where there's a severe thunderstorm watch well off to our west. So still an isolated shower possible, lingering until 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. There's the storm chance through 10 p.m. where we could see a little bit of severe weather, but everything just is gone just after midnight. Starting the day on Wednesday quiet, but another chance for storms going to come our way. Few showers, a possibility as we head through late morning into the afternoon hours. Most of that doesn't come to fruition, but notice there's maybe a spot thunderstorm or two in southeast Nebraska and in northeast Kansas. The real storm threat is going to be this. Cold front moving through from west to east by Wednesday night, and some of this could be on the strong to severe side by the evening hours. But I think once we get towards midnight, this fizzles out very similar to what it did this morning until it got over Lincoln, and then we saw that 1 inch of rain that just came down all at once. But by midnight, still some showers and thunderstorms, but it's starting to weaken, and by the time it gets into eastern Nebraska, still some thunderstorms a possibility by 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, but you notice it's not as organized as it was before. So because of that, the organization further west has the better chance at some severe weather, 1 or 2 strong storms, maybe some gusty wind and some small hail. And then as we head into Thursday afternoon and evening, another round of storms there, some scattered showers and thunderstorms here. The better chance for severe weather will be up to the north in north central Nebraska, and then that once again fizzles out as we get towards midnight. So the chance for severe weather to our north and northwest, but with any storm that may get going Thursday afternoon and into the evening hours, just a chance that we could see 1 or 2 strong to severe storms. I think most of us dodged that, but some rainfall is possible. Again, not everybody sees the same amount of rain, but anywhere from nothing to maybe an inch of rainfall. Depends on where you're at compared to those thunderstorms that roll through. Tonight, temperatures between 60 and 65. High temperatures tomorrow right around normal, upper 70s. Lower 80s with a southeast wind at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Middle 80s on Thursday, then the upper 80s, those storm chances just about every day through Friday. Maybe a break on Saturday into Sunday, then another chance for storms Sunday and Monday with those temperatures in the middle and upper 80s and eventually into the 90s as we head towards Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week.
Thank you, Rusty. New at 6, the York Police Department is honoring veterans and service members in a unique way. The Quilts of Valor Foundation is honoring those touched by war and presenting handmade quilts. The 1 York sergeant and 4 York officers you see here are receiving these quilts today. They're meant to be lasting symbols of gratitude and appreciation for their service and sacrifice. The York Police Department is thanking the Quilt Brigade for their commitment to honoring our veterans. Isn't that nice? Coming up next in the Sports Zone, Nate, a lot going on today, including the retirement of the one and only, the great, the Husker legend, Lori Sipple.
Yeah, what a career for Sipple. We're going to have the latest on her coming up after the break, her impact on Nebraska softball, and we'll hear from head coach Fred Hoiberg. That and more coming your way in the Sports Zone. We'll see you in just a bit.
Now, from the Channel 8 Sports Zone, sponsored by Green's Furnace and Plumbing, here's Channel 8 News Sports with Sports Director Nate Johnson. The Channel 8 News Sports Zone.
Well, head coach Fred Hoiberg, got off to a busy day today, a busy offseason for Big Red. Hey, thanks for joining us in the Sports Zone. Nebraska has had a busy spring as they start to piece together this year's team. Of course, the Huskers, well, they lost some big names from last season, including rink mass Sam Hoiberg, Jamarcus Lawrence, and Berke Butengel, all of whom helped Nebraska to the most historic season in program history, a 28-7 record, Sweet 16 berth in the NCAA tournament. And today, head coach Fred Hoiberg stressed the importance of getting the right guys into their system, people who fit well with the culture that they have built.
So I think the players that we got, number one is about do they fit the culture. And, what is very important, what I thought was great early in the process with our team a year ago is how bought in those guys were with all of our culture meetings, with everything that we were trying to establish in that regard. We are going to have to make up with some leadership. When you lose Sam and you lose Rink, that's a big question mark going into this season, is who is going to emerge as the leaders. Obviously, Price, Kale, Braden, getting Connor back on the floor, those are the really important ones in my mind.
Looking forward to next season that will start its early phases next week as players get to Lincoln.
You know, again, I really am excited about what we've got. You fully don't know until you get on the floor with your team. We're going to start that on the 11th. So our guys get to town. They'll start filtering in here in the coming days, and then they'll do medicals starting on Monday, the 8th, and we'll have that first workout on the 11th.
I can only imagine how excited Husker fans will be for basketball season. Well, some big news from the world of Nebraska softball. Longtime associate head coach, pitching coach Lori Sipple announced her retirement today. She spent 41 total seasons at Nebraska, 4 as a player and 37 as a coach. The final 23 seasons, she was the associate head coach. Head coach Ron Ravel also taking to social media to share her love and appreciation for her time. And Sipple said in part of a statement, "I'm humbled to have had the privilege to be a member of this great athletic department for the university the past 41 years. Working alongside Rhonda in this program has been one of the greatest privileges of my life, and I will always be grateful for the friendships, support, and memories we have made and shared over the years." And her impact on the program simply cannot be understated. Sipple helped the Huskers to 1,449 wins and 6 trips to the Women's College World Series. Congrats on retirement, Coach. Finally, Dylan Carey is a finalist for another award. Carey has been named a finalist for the 2026 Brooks Wallace Award, the second Husker finalist in program history for that honor, and it honors the nation's top shortstop. Carey is one of 5 finalists who, of course, earned Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year and first-team All-Big Ten honors after a stellar senior season with Nebraska, and that award will be announced on June 13th. That'll do it for Sports Zone. Rob, will go ahead and send things back over to you.
All right, thank you so much, Nate. All right, it's time to look into this evening's forecast and what we have coming up during the next 10 days. And for that, we go to our chief meteorologist, Rusty Dawkins. Rusty.
We do have a chance for storms over and over again, not all at once and won't be continuous, but every now and then we have some storm chances. Tonight it'll be in northwest Nebraska where there's a severe thunderstorm watch. This goes until 9 o'clock local time for Cherry County and areas west. Those storms are out there now, but they're mainly to the north. And then a couple of spot storms lingering just north of Columbus and just south of O'Neill. Those are kind of, well, they're almost gone. Now, as we head through tonight into tomorrow, that everything fades away. So by tomorrow morning, maybe a lingering shower here and there, but we have to wait until right there for our next chance for storms. That's after sunset for most of us for north central and western Nebraska. Then by the time it gets into eastern Nebraska, I do believe those will start to dissipate. Temperatures for early tomorrow morning in the 50s and 60s. Highs tomorrow about normal. We should be in the lower 80s this time of year, and most of us will be very close to that. We do warm up, though. We're looking at a lot of upper 80s and maybe even some 90s next week. Storm chances on and off Thursday, Friday. I think we catch a break most of Saturday, but Saturday night into Sunday, into early Monday, more storm chances. So bring on the rain. We need it.
Thank you, Rusty. And thank you so much for joining us tonight. Have yourself a wonderful evening, and we'll see you back here at 10 o'clock.
Founded and operated by American veterans and patriots, we bring a warrior ethos to every case. We are Barry Law.
Let your voice be heard by sharing your photos and videos to the Now Local News app. Earn points and redeem them for gift cards. Scan the QR code to join.
Ernie's